Today was quite an eventful and intriguing day in World of Tanks because we received so much more information about upcoming double-barreled vehicles. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to feed all the information into you as well, so please digest it, take it in and enjoy it, because there is nothing else to do for you anyway. It is way too late for that. I know, guys. I know. Now, when they first announced all the double-barreled vehicles around 1 month ago, they said they are not 100% sure if this mechanic ends up in the game. They wanted to make it fit with the game economics and, you know, they wanted to see if it is actually balanced. But now, after many battles over many days, or however they said it, seems like it is ready. Well, listen to this.
Our test vehicle saw many battles on the internal server over a period of several weeks.
I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who gets cracked up by this. After many battles over a period of several weeks, internal testing, those vehicles got approved. Now, in today's episode, what I'm about to show you is, well, basically the full mini branch. Those vehicles are going to be over here, starting from KV-3, so we are going to get Tier 8 double-barreled heavy tank, Soviet-Russian heavy tank, of course, Tier 9 double-barreled Soviet-Russian heavy tank, and Tier 10 double-barreled Soviet-Russian heavy tank as well. In today's episode, I'm able to show you some more details about Tier 9 and Tier 10, which is the most intriguing one. Now, at the moment, in the 1.6.1 patch notes, we saw that Object 703 version 2 was marked as a Tier 9 double-barrel tank, which Super Test players are able to test at the moment, but it turns out it may actually end up being a Tier 8 premium tank.
At this stage, we plan to add 4 vehicles to the game. One of them, the Object 703 version 2, was used as the test vehicle. After the successful test, it may be added to the game as a Tier 8 premium vehicle, just as players thought.
So this is most likely how they are going to introduce this new gameplay mechanic into this game as well, as they did with Progetto 46. They introduced, or they released Progetto 46 with the new auto-reloading gun system before the Tech 3 vehicles. I believe Object 703 version 2 is going to be our first double-barrel tank as a Tier 8 premium tank in this game. Now, many of you history guys are interested about the history behind those vehicles. Well, let's listen what Wargaming has to say about that.
Our historical consultants studied all the available data and blueprints thoroughly.
Certain components of manufactured and prototyped Soviet vehicles were used for creating the game models of double-barreled vehicles. Technical solutions were thoroughly worked on by our specialists, and they're all based on real blueprints. Installing double-barreled guns almost always affected the width of the vehicles, as well as the length of the hull and turret. Increasing the number of crew members and the amount of ammunition led to an increased turret volume. In some cases, the turret race ring diameter had to be widened, which affected the hull width as well. The vehicles became heavier. The contact surface length had to be increased to keep the crossing capacity high. This made the hull longer. And finally, more powerful diesel engines were needed. Despite all that, many vehicle elements weren't too different from similar vehicles with a single gun. Working on the vehicle models looked just like building a construction set. Some details were completely new. Others were elements from old vehicles.
That means if these vehicles had been built, they would look exactly like they do in our game.
So there you go. Wargaming is actually completing the history, it turns out. But now let's jump into the vehicles. Let's see what this IS-2 is all about, IS-3 and ST-2 as well. Now, about IS-2, as I said, I do not have extra details, but we have some words from the Wargaming once again.
The branch will start with the IS-2 version 2 heavy tank. You can guess from the name that it's an upgraded version of the famous IS, but the transition will happen from the KV-3, because some components of this vehicle are better suited to this branch.
At Tier 8, we plan to test 2 top-tier gun options. The first one is a 100mm gun. With it, we want to focus not on damage per shot, but making the new mechanic more accommodating. The shot preparation time will be shorter, and the guns will be locked after the double shot for a shorter period as well. With the 122mm gun, we want to focus primarily on the damage per shot, but the new mechanic will not be as adaptable.
The key differences of the IS-2 version 2 from a normal IS will mainly be the damage per shot and penetration. The stats will be better because of the peculiarities of the double-barreled guns and being a higher tier. Movement speed will be okay, a bit slower than its tier mates, but pretty comparable. The weak point of the vehicle is its hull armor. It was inherited from the Tier 7 vehicle, however, the turret will be better armored.
And here is the tech tree once again for you as well, starting from KV3 into IS-2 version 2, IS-3 version 2, and ST2. Now, as much as I understood, IS-2 is going to get Tier 7 hull armor, even as a Tier 8 vehicle, but turret is going to be a bit meaner, and yeah, so hull down tank, I guess. Now, let's move on into Tier 9.
A Tier 9 is the IS-3 version 2. Its hull is very similar to the IS-3, so it's not very well armored for Tier 9. The turret also has been gifted from the IS-3. It was heavily modified to mount the double-barreled guns. The caliber of the guns themselves is 122mm, and the damage per shot is 390 hit points. The vehicle will be pretty mobile for its tier.
So, pretty mobile vehicle, you say. Okay, let's take a look. IS-3 version 2's details are over here, as I said before. Damage 390, 530 with HE, penetration values 243, 292 with premium rounds, and 68 with HE. Not bad. Reload time 10.7 seconds for both guns. Preparation time for a single shot is 3 seconds, reload lock time is 7 seconds, and gun changing time is 3.5 seconds. Okay, so once again, this is actually quite badly worded, but do I understand it correctly, guys? Preparation time for a single shot is actually, if you want to fire both guns at the same time, you have to hold down your mouse button for 3 seconds, and then boom, you can fire 2 guns at the same time. And if you do that, your reload is going to be locked for 7 seconds, and after that your guns start reloading one by one once again. After 7 seconds you see a little X on the reload timer, it is not loading, and after that you have to spend 10.7 seconds to load in one gun and 10.7 seconds to load another gun, which is not the best DPM, guys. It is not even close getting the best DPM outfit. And gun changing time 3.5 seconds is the reload time between shots if you decide to fire them one by one. Is this how I understood it? Or did I understand it correctly now, this time? Please tell me what you think. Accuracy 0.4, not the best, but not the worst either, I guess. It is a Russian vehicle. Aiming time 3 seconds. Turret reverse speed 22 degrees per second. Gun elevation angle -8 degrees of gun depression on a Russian tank. You kidding me? 20 degrees of gun elevation. Ammunition capacity 74 shells. Okay. Mobility 38 and 15. 750 horsepower engine, 12.5 horsepower per ton powered weight ratio, 28 degrees per second. In my opinion, it is nothing like out from this world, but it is decent. It is decent, yeah, let's put it that way. Survivability 1800 hit points. Once again, keep in mind this IS-3 is a Tier 9 vehicle. 130 frontal armor, 90 on the sides, 60 in the rear, 250 in the front of the turret. But this turret seems to be super wide, so maybe cheeks are penetrable by like 260mm of penetration. In Tier 9, in Tier 10 we actually have those guns. 150 on the side of the turret and 130. Side is actually really decent, I would say. View range 380 meters, not good in Tier 9. And signal range, well, who cares? AP round as a standard round, APCR as a premium round, and HE. And this vehicle is going to have 2 loaders, commander, driver, and gunner. Alright, so IS-3 version 2, a Tier 9 double-barreled heavy tank. Let me know what you think. Moving on into Tier 10.
For Tier 10, we have a pretty famous vehicle that was anticipated by players, the ST2. Let's talk a bit more about it and compare it with the ST1. The hull shape and armor are pretty much identical. The turret also has not changed very much. The reason for that is that the ST tank project was developed with 2 versions, ST1 and ST2. The turret design was created to facilitate the installation of double-barreled guns from the very beginning. The gun caliber will stay as 122mm, the same as the IS-4 and the ST1. The damage per shot will be 440 hit points.
Tier 10 SD2, 440 alpha damage, 530 with HE once again, 258mm of penetration with standard AP round, and this vehicle gets that massive 340mm of penetration premium heat round, as we can see, and 68 with HE. Reload time is 11.7 seconds, so exactly 1 more second on the top of the reload time which we had in tier 9, but this tank gets 50 extra alpha damage. Okay, so preparation time for a single shot, his time is 2.5 seconds, reloading lock time is 5 seconds. So if you think about it, actually the reload times are identical, because over here you have to load both guns 2 seconds longer in total if you load 2 guns, but the reload lock time if you use the double barreled action is 2 seconds faster, or not as long. So 5 second reload lock time, and gun changing time is 3 seconds if you decide to fire them one by one. Accuracy is exactly the same, aiming time is slightly better, 2.9 second and 0.4 accuracy. Turret rotation speed is 16 degrees per second. 16 degrees per second. Gun elevation angle -8 degrees once again is really awesome for this type of vehicle. 20 degrees of gun elevation and 40 rounds. In tier 9 you can carry 73 rounds, and this vehicle can only fit 40 rounds. What the hell. Mobility top speed 40, reverse speed 13. 800 horsepower engine. It is a lot heavier vehicle, so power to weight ratio is actually a bit lower, 12.2 horsepower per ton, and hull rotation speed is 26 degrees per second, which is not the best either. Survivability 2500 hit points is actually quite respectable. Hull armor 150, 140 on the sides and 100 in the rear, so side scraping is going to be really awesome in this tank. Turret, same value as in tier 9, at least frontally, 250 plus commander hatch, but we do not know how thick this commander hatch is. 160 on the sides and 160 in the rear. View range 390 meters, signal range is who cares meters, and this tank as well is going to have commander, driver, gunner and 2 loaders as crew members. So ladies and gentlemen, a lot more information about double-barreled tanks. SD2 is going to be over here, IS-3 version 2 is going to be over here, and we are going to get Object 703 version 2, most likely as a tier 8 premium tank. But as always, keep in mind, everything is still subject to change. So double-barrel tanks, take it or leave it, but we all know we have to take it. As I said 1 month ago, when they first introduced those vehicles, they have 3 ways to introduce them. They can either make them super underpowered and nobody is going to play with them. They can make it super overpowered, everybody is going to play with them and matchmaking is fucked completely. Or they can make it balanced. If they make it balanced, I would actually like to test them out. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, I hope it was informative. This is my main goal over here with my news episodes. If you did, thumbs up button is for that. If you didn't, thumbs down button is for that. I get you next time with something else, something super hype, super fun. Hashtag face-off teaser, maybe, hopefully it is going to be ready. Anyway, enjoy your weekend, please two beasts. I get you next time with something else. Stay awesome, take care, and bye.